Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream tonight. We are live. So the stream tonight is going to be about Pixar tier list. I'm not going to start right now. I'm just going to start in. I said I'd start at 9 o'clock. So when the timer goes off, that's when we're going to be starting the stream officially. Hi, Golden Star State coin collectors. Welcome to the stream. I'm first here. You are indeed first. So tonight, like I said, we are going to be doing Pixar tier list. We have 28 videos, movies from Pixar so far. We have Toy Story, A Bug's Life, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, Incredibles, Cars, Wall-E, Ratatouille, Up, Toy Story 3, Cars 2, Brave, Monsters University, Inside Out, The Good Dinosaur, Finding Dory, Cars 2, Coco, Incredibles 2, Toy Story 4, Onward, Soul, Luca, Turning Red, Lightyear, Elemental, and Inside Out 2. I'm going to check if you got them all. I got them all. Don't worry about them. 100% I got all 28 of the Pixar movies. There's no shorts we're doing tonight, only the full length feature length movies we're going to be doing. And I didn't want to do any shorts. There's a bunch of Pixar shorts, but that would take way too long. So we're just going to be doing the Pixar movies. And like I said, when the bomb goes off at 9 o'clock sharp is when I told everybody we're starting at 9, so I don't want to start too early. In 3.5 minutes, that's when the stream will start. Officially, unofficially, whatever you guys want to say. So we're going to be going through all the movies. We're doing them in chronological order. So obviously Toy Story came out in 1995, and Inside Out 2 was the most recent one, just in theaters recently. And then it's on, I think, Disney Plus now, if anybody wants to watch Inside Out 2. It's a great movie. I don't know if you guys have seen it before. Yeah, we're going to be going through every single movie, just talking about what the movie is, what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it. And we're also going to be doing, every time we hit a new movie, I'm going to do not a quiz, but like I'm going to put a question up for you guys to answer, and you guys can tell me what you think it should be ranked. So there's S, A, B, C, D, and F. I don't have E for my tier list. I don't really think a tier list needs the letter E. I think this is like standard school grades, right? A to F. There's no E in school. And then S is like A plus. So someone else is here. This is correct. There will probably be more people here. So if you guys can see too, we also have, I put on the side here, Pixar tier list. If we hit 100 live viewers, I'm going to get a coconut cream pie in my face. I don't know if we're going to hit 100 live viewers, but if at any time we do hit 100 live viewers during the stream today, my wife Sylvia is going to come from the other room, and she's going to throw the pie in my face. Just for fun. I doubt we're even going to hit 100 live viewers today, but if at any point we hit 100 live viewers, Sylvia's going to come from the other room and throw a coconut cream pie in my face at the end of the stream. So you guys have something to look forward to. Oh, let me see. Is the bomb almost off? Yeah, the bomb's almost off. Okay, 90 seconds and then we're going to start. I said 9 o'clock. I don't want to start too early. We're going to have lots of fun tonight. This is something I've wanted to do for a while. I was going to make this an actual video for the channel where I like just do a whole tier list of every Pixar movie myself. And then I was going to upload the video to my channel, but I thought this would be a fun stream idea. I don't know. I asked you guys what you wanted to do for the stream tonight. This is like the first official stream, I'm going to call it. And you guys chose Pixar, which, 1 minute. Yeah, you guys chose Pixar, right? What was it? Yeah. 51% of people chose Pixar of 166 votes. So you guys wanted Pixar. This is what we're going to do. I'm also going to put another question posing to you guys what you guys want to do for next week's stream. I'm going to try to do this every Friday if I can. I don't know. Streaming is fun. Also, you should make Pixar knockoff tier list with Ratatouille and What's Up. Ratatouille, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Ratatouille before. It's let me see. I didn't spell it right. Ratatouille. Yeah, this is Ratatouille. Golden Star State Coin Collector. This is the Ratatouille. It's the Ratatouille knockoff. I haven't actually seen it before, but it's not supposed to be that good. Up, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the first movie we're going to be doing on the tier list is Toy Story, right? The first Toy Story. So I'm going to put in the start a poll. I'm going to put the options in for let me see, Toy Story. I'm going to put S, A, B, and C. I'm not going to put D or F because obviously Toy Story is not D or F on the tier list, but I'm going to start the poll. You guys tell me what you think Toy Story should be. S, A, B, or C on the tier list. So S is like amazing. S is like amazing, amazing movie, right? Everybody knows S. S is A plus, super, right? A is A. A is a great movie. It's a great movie. You can watch it lots of times, right? B is good. B's good, right? Right in the middle, kind of. C's okay. Like, C, it's an okay movie. D is bad. D is a bad movie. If you like something you like, I'd never watch this again. It was bad. And F is absolute garbage. So since Toy Story is obviously not D or F, it's not bad or garbage. We're just going to do, because it only allows me to give 4 options for what we think Toy Story is. And yeah, I give you the options. A, B, C, D. No, S, A, B, C, or C. So Toy Story is the story of Woody, who's, the head toy of Andy's room. And the new toy, Buzz, comes to town with his Buzz Lightyear ship, and he becomes Andy's new favorite toy. And I love Toy Story. I think Toy Story is a great movie, a classic. So an A. Yeah, I agree. Gold Star State Coin Collector. I think Toy Story is a great movie, especially considering Toy Story is the first animated feature film using 100% computer generated images, 100% CGI. This is the first movie in 1995. And Pixar's got it's a great movie front to back. It's got a good score. What's his name? Randy Newman, I think the singer, the guy in Toy Story. He does a great job. It's got a nice cinematic score. It's got the thing I like about Toy Story, which is it's on like the Pixar formula, right? The Pixar formula is like you get 2 characters that are kind of opposites. So like Woody and Buzz are like opposites on the spectrum in terms of their personality and their character, right? One's a cowboy and one's an astronaut. And you take them and you put them on an adventure. Like you throw stuff at them. They gotta solve problems together. And it's like a new and interesting world. So Toy Story is like the toy world where you're constantly being thrown world building stuff. There's new toys with new personalities, and it's all from the toys' point of view, right? Toy Story, I think, is a great movie. What are you guys saying in the poll so far? 60% is saying A. Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, the thing is, Toy Story was a great movie when it came out in 1995, right? When 1995, first CGI movie ever from Pixar, is a great, great movie. But as Pixar evolved and more movies started coming out, right? You look at all the movies that Pixar has come out so far. Like these are a bunch of great movies. And I think there's definitely movies on this list that are better than Toy Story for sure. Like, in my opinion, I think some people love the Toy Story series. There's 4 of them. There's a 5th one coming out. They're making a 5th one. I think the 5th one is supposed to be about a bunch of like 50 different Buzz Lightyear toys, like the original ones that think they're all Space Rangers and they're like causing ruckus or something. I'm not sure what the 5th one's going to be about, but the first 4 are all great. Like, they're all good movies. I don't think there's any bad one in all 4 of them. You guys are all saying A so far, 60%. And I kind of agree with you guys. Like, Toy Story is great. It's got so many memorable characters, like so much stuff. There's one little thing I like about Toy Story, which I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen before, but you see all the kids in this little shot here. The people who are doing this shot didn't have enough time to actually like make the kids different. So if you really zoom in on all of these kids, they're all the same Andy face, with just like different colored clothes and maybe like slightly different skin tones and stuff. But it's all the same face if you look really closely. It's all Andy's face. I always thought that was interesting. There's a bunch of other like hidden Easter eggs in this movie for Toy Story, just because the budget was only 30 million, which at the time was not a lot. I think A Bug's Life, the second movie, was like 100 million. Like they had way more money for A Bug's Life. But Toy Story was actually like a pretty small budget movie, considering it was the first computer generated movie. And yeah, all the kids' faces are all Andy's face, just a little different. Yeah. So you guys are saying 60% A in the poll. I'm going to agree. I think that Toy Story is a good solid A. I'm going to put it A on the tier list. I don't know if you guys, some people maybe like a little higher, maybe lower. I think A is a very legitimate score. I'm going to give Toy Story an A. If you guys don't like it, too bad. Okay, moving on. I'm only going to spend maybe like 5 minutes on each movie, and then we're going to go on because there's 28 of these. And if I spend all day talking about Toy Story, we're going to be here all night. And I'm only going to do the stream for 2 or 3 hours. We'll see. Next movie on the tier list is A Bug's Life. I like A Bug's Life. I saw A Bug's Life in 1998 when it came out. Bug's Life is a great movie. Bug's Life is the story of Flick. Flick is, let me see if I can get a better clip here. Flick is this ant who is like an inventor ant. And he wants to, what does Flick want to do again? I forget. Flick wants to invent stuff and make it better for the colony. And then the grasshoppers come and they want more food. And Flick throws the food off the water, and then they're stuck without food. So Flick goes out to find warrior bugs to come fight, and he gets a bunch of circus bugs. These circus bugs, where are they? Let me see if I can find a clip of them. Yeah, the circus bugs, the ladybug, the beetle, the stick bug, and he gets them all to fight the grasshoppers. I think Pixar is a great movie. I forgot to pose the question to you guys. Let me start a poll. Okay, I'm going to pose it to you guys. Again, I guess I got to close the other poll first. Yeah, let's start another poll. 50% said S, 50% said A for Toy Story. That's kind of I'm cool with that, as long as nobody gave it a B. Okay, let's start another poll. Let's do A Bug's Life. A Bug's Life. Add option. So we're gonna do S, A, B, and C. So you guys tell me, what do you guys think A Bug's Life should be on the tier list? Yeah, I think like if Bug's Life, like the same thing with Toy Story, like it's definitely not a D. It's definitely not an F. Like it's A Bug's Life. It's got a bunch of funny characters. It's got a really good score. If you've ever heard the Bug's Life score, and like, yeah, these little beetle bugs here, the little Russian ones or whatever that don't speak English. Yeah, there's tons of memorable characters in this movie. I like the fact this is all the bloopers from A Bug's Life, back when Pixar used to do like pretend bloopers in the credits. And yeah, I think Bug's Life is great. I don't know what you guys think of it. Yeah, you guys are saying A, I guess. Yeah, I love A Bug's Life. I think it's a great movie. I think A Bug's Life is as good as Toy Story, in my opinion. I think A Bug's Life, Toy Story is a classic. I think it's a great movie. I think obviously there's better Pixar movies out there. A Bug's Life, I think, is like the same thing. I think A Bug's Life is on par with Toy Story. I'm not even sure why Toy Story has 3 sequels and A Bug's Life has 0. I don't know why they didn't make any more, sequels for A Bug's Life. Maybe they thought that just the story was kind of done with these characters, or maybe they didn't. I think the big reason is that the reason that they made more Toy Story movies is because Toy Story is about toys, and a toy is an easier thing to market as a toy. Like, it's easy to market a Buzz Lightyear toy when the movie's about toy. I think Buzz Lightyear the toy sells better than Flick the ant toy or Hopper the grasshopper toy. Like this is just a better toy to sell to kids, and I think that's why they keep making Toy Story movies instead of A Bug's Life. For some reason, this is also my alt my son uses. My main won't let me log on to it. Okay, cool. Okay, you guys said 67%. I'm not even sure how many people are voting. I'm going to say A Bug's Life is A. I'm going to say it's A. I think A Bug's Life is just as good as Toy Story. It's not an amazing movie, you know. It's not like the best movie ever. Obviously, there's a few other Pixar movies that are better. But I'm going to say Bug's Life is A. If you don't like it, too bad. Okay, moving on. The next movie we have is Toy Story 2. Now, Toy Story 2, I also think is a very, very good sequel to Toy Story. I think it does everything that Toy Story does in the original, but it does it even a little bit better. Like, obviously, the animation is better. This is Toy Story 2 came out, what, 3-4 years after Toy Story. The stories is good, you know. Buzz and Woody gets, you know, taken away, and Buzz has to do like a rescue mission uh, to go save Woody, and yeah, I think this movie is great too. I think all the Toy Story movies is great. Like I said that before, but it's the thing that gets me about Toy Story, right, is the characters are so strong. Like the character of Buzz and Woody, and even all the side characters like Ham or the dinosaur character or the Mr. Potato Head, right? Even those side characters are super memorable. Like they're all great. And I think Toy Story 2 is pretty good too, guys. I'm gonna pose it to you. Toy Story 2. I'm gonna put it again. S, A, B, or C. You guys tell me what you think Toy Story 2 should be. A Bug's Life was 66% A. I guess you guys like A Bug's Life maybe a little better than Toy Story. I don't know. But Toy Story 2, what do you think? I'm gonna give you my opinion on Toy Story 2 in a sec. But yeah, we got lots of movies to go through. Toy Story 2's yeah, it's the thing like when you're watching Toy Story 2, right? There's so many memorable scenes too. Like this scene when they're all just crossing the road with the pylons, like that's super memorable. Like the painting scene when this guy just for like 2 minutes just like paints Woody, like this scene right here where he's just like painting him and showing him is so memorable. Like it's great. I think yeah. If I had to choose between which one I like better, Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 2, I think I like Toy Story 2 a little bit more. Like especially when the other Buzz character comes, like when this is the Buzz that we all know, right? And then the other Buzz character thinks he's a space ranger. It's always fun to see the Buzz Lightyear who's a space ranger who thinks he's a space ranger. I think that it's fun. It was funny in the first one. That's why they kind of brought it back in Toy Story 2. And I think that's why they're going to bring it again for Toy Story 5, I guess, where there's like 50, Buzz Lightyears who all think they're space rangers. But the thing is, too, if Buzz thinks he's a space ranger, right? Why does he stop moving when he sees Andy? Like, if he really thinks he's a space ranger, why does he just fall on the floor and stop moving like any other toy? That's never really addressed in the Toy Story movies. Like, if this toy thinks he's a space ranger, why does he still act like a toy when people are around? I don't know. Yeah, Toy Story 2. What are you guys saying in the polls? Let me see this poll. I can't see it. 50% of you are saying S. See, I don't think Toy Story 2 is an S. And I'm going to tell you why. Like, if you look at the Pixar list of movies, right? If you look at what's really like what should be an S, right? There's a bunch of other movies. I'm not going to say my opinion now. I'm going to let you guys do the poll and you guys tell me later what you guys think S's are. But I don't think Toy Story 2 is an A. I think Toy Story 2 is a great movie. I'm not leaving until you say something about these chats. What do you want me to say? I'm not leaving until you say something about these chats. What do you want me to say? I don't know. Yeah. Uh, okay, where was I? Toy Story 2. Yeah. You guys, what day is it? April 12th? No. Okay, I'm going to say Toy Story 2. I'm going to say it's A as well. I don't think it's S. My opinion. I'm going to ask you guys, and if you guys really think that something's amiss, I don't think Toy Story 2 giving it an A is a bad rating. I think it's right on par. I don't think it's obviously not a B. I don't think it's a B, but I don't think it's an S either. I think there's better Pixar movies out there, but Toy Story 2 is still a really solid flick movie. I'ma just leave stream. Okay, moving on. What will we be doing next? We got Monsters Inc. So, in preparation for this video, this stream we're doing, I watched some other Pixar movies. I've already seen Monsters Inc. many times before. I think it's also like a great movie. I also saw Monsters University, which I'll tell you my opinion when we get there to Monsters University. But Monsters Inc. Is also like Pixar right out of the gate. Toy Story, A Bug's Life, Toy Story 2, and Monsters Inc. is another great movie. I think it's just like Mike Wazowski, the little green the little green one with the one eyeball, and Sully. I think those characters together are great. You know, it's voiced by Billy Crystal and John Goodman, who I think are just perfect casting for Sullivan and Mike Wazowski. But I'm going to pose it again to you. I'm going to do this for every movie. Monsters Inc. Where do you guys think it should be on the tier list? S, A, B, or C? It is obviously not D or F. Monsters Inc. If anybody thinks it's D or F, you guys are loco. But I'll start the poll. You guys tell me what you think Monsters Inc. should be. The thing that works for me with Monsters Inc., right? The music is really good and memorable. But like I said, the two characters, Mike Wazowski by Billy Crystal, is so good, just perfect casting. Billy Crystal is so funny in so many movies he's in that, like, just voicing him as a comedic character in a Pixar movie is just, genius. And John Goodman, with his voice, just for the big Sully character, this big like bear character, I think is also great. Like John Goodman, I think is actually a great actor. I think he does lots of good stuff. And I think, yeah, this movie's got a nice story. It's also very interesting because this movie has lots of like monster jokes. Like there's tons of other monsters in this movie, and it's just fun to see all the different designs of monsters that they can do. Like it's just there's always constantly gags going on in the background of this movie. Like there's so many Easter eggs and just funny things that happen, uh, on and off during this movie. Like the receptionist character, I can't do her impersonation. Uh, what is a poll? You don't know what a poll is? Jeremy Brown? I've taken a poll. I'm asking people what they think Monsters Inc. should be on the tier list, S, A, B, or C. If anybody thinks Monsters Inc. is D or F, you are crazy. You're a crazy person. But yeah, the Monsters Inc. Yeah, I haven't seen this movie in like a couple years. I'm thinking about rewatching it. This, especially with the Boo character, the little girl. Apparently, what they did to get this girl to get her voice, they didn't actually record Boo character, the little girl, in like a recording studio. They just let her wander around, and they followed her with a microphone to get her like legitimate, real reaction. They just followed her around with a microphone, and yeah, I thought that was a cool little tidbit about this. Like she's not like a girl in a voice recording studio, just like saying her lines and whatever. Yeah. Okay, what do you guys think about Monsters Inc.? I'm gonna tell you my opinion on where it goes, and I don't know if you guys are gonna like it or whatever. I think Monsters Inc. is an A too. I think it's not an amazing movie, like by any means. There are some amazing movies that Pixar has made, but I don't think Monsters Inc. is anything but A. You guys are not gonna like me for doing this. You guys are gonna hate me putting everything on A, but I'm doing it. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. Ah, okay. Monsters Inc. I'm doing it. I'm putting it on A, guys. Nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Yeah, I know you want to do something, but you can't. I'm putting it on A. Okay. Next movie we have is Finding Nemo. So Finding Nemo is I think Finding Nemo is a perfect movie. Now, what do I mean by perfect movie? I think it has no weaknesses, it has no flaws, it has no like unnecessary scenes or the people chosen for the voice actors are perfect, like Marlin and the little kid. I don't know who voices the little kid, but Ellen as Dory is so funny. And I forgot to pose it. I guess I'm gonna pose it to you guys. You guys tell me where you think Finding Nemo should be on the tier list. Right? I'll put it in here. Finding Nemo. Do you think it's S? S? Do you think Finding Nemo is A? That's all I'm going to give you. If anybody thinks Finding Nemo is a B or lower, you are absolutely crazy. I'm only giving you two options. It's S or it's B or it's A. That's it. It's not a B, it's not a C, it's not a D, and it's not an F. Finding Nemo is like a perfect movie. It's scene to scene, start to finish, perfect. It's you get the opening scene where Marlin is with his wife and he has all the baby eggs there. And it's a sad scene, whatever. And then he's only left with Nemo, who has the little, the fin that's not as strong as the other one. And he's always worried about his son, right? And it's just scene to scene. You got the Bruce, the big shark here with the other ones. They go to meet the turtles. They see the jellyfish. It's just, and then the whole scenes with Nemo in the aquarium and stuff like that. I'm not even gonna give you B or lower. It's either S or A. You guys tell me what you think. And yeah, you guys are saying, I don't think Finding Nemo is I think me personally, if I was to give it a ranking, I would give Finding Nemo an S. That's where I'm at. I don't know. You guys, I hope there's nobody at home who thinks it's B or lower because I'm not giving you that option. We're not even going to go there. ah, what did you guys think about Monsters Inc? Yeah, nobody. I'm glad to see with all the polls that I've given, nobody has ranked it anything B or C, which is good. Like I don't think any of these movies are B or C. I think they're all great movies, and yeah, I shouldn't even give you the options for the other movies because none of these movies are B or C. But Finding Nemo, yeah, Finding Nemo, like I said, is a perfect movie. Especially when Nemo, I love the scene where Nemo is in the tank and he gets caught, and all the other fish have to swim and push the net down to save Nemo. And then they do that exact same thing at the end of the movie, right? At the end of the movie, when they're trying to save all the fish, they got to do the exact same thing where they're swimming down and pushing down the nets and stuff. It's a nice little setup and payoff in the movie that I think goes well. And yeah, even this jellyfish scene. But the main thing about this movie, about Finding Nemo, is the characters, right? It's Marlin and Dory. These two, Dory's, kind of annoying sometimes, and she doesn't have memory. She can't remember stuff. And Marlin, Marlin's always just reacting to Dory. But I think, yeah, I love this movie. What are you guys saying in the poll? You guys are saying S, S, S. Somebody said, yeah. I'm gonna say Finding Nemo. I'm gonna say is S. I'm gonna give it the first S of the day. And Finding Nemo is also the first of 4 movies that Pixar has made that have made me cry. Right? Right? There's 4. Nemo's dad killed Nemo. I don't think that's a thing. I don't think he actually does kill him in the movie. That crazy gamer. Yeah. Pixar has made 4 movies that have made me cry over the years. And the opening to Finding Nemo, I don't know. I was in tears when I watched it. I thought it was a sad scene to watch the what happened to Marlin. Uh, Finding Nemo is a perfect movie. Moving on, guys. What's the next movie we have? We have The Incredibles. So, The Incredibles is another great movie. Pixar is just one after the other, knocking them out of the park, guys. Pixar with The Incredibles. It's interesting to see the how much the animation improves from Incredibles 1 to Incredibles 2. If you actually look you look kind of closely at the characters compared to how good the CGI gets. Incredibles 2, it goes considerable. Same thing with like Toy Story. Watch Toy Story 1 and then Toy Story 4 back to back, and you can see the difference in animation over the course of like 25 years or whatever it was between those 2 movies. And Incredibles 1 and Incredibles 2 is there's actually like a considerable gap, and the CGI gets better. But this movie's great. It's basically like the concept of the movie was, what if the Fantastic Four was a family, right? Because you have two superpowers that are basically the same. You have Invisible Woman, right? Who's the daughter who makes the force fields and as invisible, right? You have the super strong guy is like the Thing, like the dad, right? You have Stretchy Mom, who's like Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four, and then the son Jack. He also has the power. One of his many powers is he like flames, like the Flame On guy, Johnny Storm from the Fantastic Four, and uh, it's basically what if the Fantastic Four was a family? And now the scenes with the family is what makes it. The movie, the Incredibles is um, the Incredibles. All the scenes with the family is what makes it. It's the characters of the family. With their doing their interesting superpowers thing, learning to deal with their secret identities and stuff like that. And you got Edna, who's also a memorable character, who's voiced by the director. It's like a guy, I think his name is Brad Bird, who voices the Edna character. But yeah, The Incredibles is a good story. It's got lots of superhero stuff going on, and yeah, I think Incredibles is also another great movie. Like, look at Pixar in their first 6 movies, I guess it is, right? Toy Story, Bugs Life, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, and The Incredibles. Like, all 6 of these movies are just great movies. I don't know how Pixar did it. It's Pixar is not only like the first company to start making these CGI movies, and then you have other companies like DreamWorks and Illumination and other companies that start making things after Pixar. But Pixar, just right out of the gate, is just knocking it out of the park. Like, all these movies are stuff that, like, my kids watch. My kids can watch these movies, and they're still great to watch. Even, like, I guess Toy Story is 30 years old now, and it's still like a great movie. Like, I don't know. I think Pixar is great. Fun Friday, yo. Are you drinking soda? I am. It's a Coke Zero, in case you're wondering. I'm not drinking an alcoholic beverage or something. It's just a soda. Okay, what are you guys putting on the Incredible? I didn't put the S in the Incredible. Sorry for the poll. Again, you guys are right on point, right? You guys vote S and A, and I'm gonna agree with you. I'm kind of I'm on the fence for this one, because The Incredibles I really do like as a movie, but like, is it so much better than Toy Story and Toy Story 2 and Monsters Inc.? It's like, I think a little better than those movies. But is it as good as Finding Nemo? Finding Nemo is pretty amazing. It's different, right? One's a story about like an adventure where they go to find his lost son, and The Incredibles is just like an action family movie with other stuff going on. But I think you guys are on point again. Obviously, B and C. I don't even know why I put those. I don't think The Incredibles could ever be considered B or C unless you're crazy and loco. When is your birthday? My birthday is in November, so it's not for a few months. So you don't have to wish me a happy birthday for a while. Well, okay, so Incredibles. I'm gonna give Incredibles a A. I don't think it's S. I think there are obviously other S's out there. I think it's still a great movie, though. I love The Incredibles. I think, yeah. I don't think you can give me flack for giving Incredibles an A. I don't think you can do that. Okay, next movie is Cars. So, uh, Cars, I like as well. I like Cars, the original first one. What's his name? Lightning McQueen, voiced by Owen Wilson. I like this movie too. I think this is a good movie. I'm going to talk to you about Cars 2 and Cars 3 when we get there. But Cars 1 I think is still great. It's same thing. Like it's got lots of, memorable characters like, Lightning McQueen. He's this, this racing driver who's, kind of got like a big ego. He thinks a lot about himself, right? And then he goes to this small town and he's like humbled. And then he meets all the other small town characters, right? Like Cars, it's not only that, but Cars is also like a good. I think a lot of people like it because it's about cars. Like lots of people like cars in general, like toy cars or driving cars and stuff like that. So I think that's why it's kind of popular, and that's why they made 3 movies out of it. It's not like because it was like the best movie ever. It was a good movie. Like I like Cars, but I put it up on the poll. You guys tell me where you think. Yeah, I think Cars 1 is also a great movie. Um, I don't think Cars 2 and Cars 3 are as good. It's different. It's they decided to go different routes. The second one's about like it's more like a James Bond movie for cars, which I don't know was kind of weird. And they're like spies, but we'll get to that when we get to Cars 2. But the first Cars, yeah, it's got nice songs in it. I remember the music being pretty good. The story's good. It's the race car driver goes to a small town, and he learns to take life slowly. Uh, put S and A. You put S and A, Jeremy Brown. Am I in California? I am not in California because I am on Eastern Standard Time, right? I'm on the East Coast, not in California. But yeah, where are you guys putting Cars? Some people are giving Cars S. See, I don't think Cars S. Like, you think about what I consider S, and I consider Finding Nemo to be an S. I think that's like a perfect movie, right? Cars, I still think is great. Like, I still think it's a great movie. I just don't think Cars is S. Like, it's comparing Cars to Finding Nemo. It's not that good. Cars, I still like Cars. I think the first one is, first one's got a lot going for it. But is it S? I don't think so. Yeah, Cars. Yeah. The thing about Cars too is that it has what's his name, Mater, the tow truck car, and Mater is funny in the first Cars, but he gets kind of repetitive and old with his jokes. I don't really like Mater in the second or third one. I think Mater should have stopped in Cars 1. Where are you guys putting it on the poll? Let me see. People put C. Oh, come on, guys. I don't think Cars is C. Get out of here. You guys are crazy, man. Cars is not like okay. Cars is great. I like the first Cars. The first Cars is great. Right? I like the first Cars. I think it's great. I don't think it's as bad as C. Like, it's got a nice story to it. It's got memorable characters and lots of stuff going on. Anyways, I'm gonna say I'm gonna give Cars an A. You guys are gonna hate me. I'm putting everything A. I do. There are a bunch of movies on this tier list that I don't think are A, that are I think are not as good as all these other movies. Obviously, I think just the first few movies that Pixar made was just hitting it out of the park, just over and over and over, just making great movies, start to finish. Um, like this next movie, right? The next movie we have is Wally, which I think is another great movie. Wally, uh, Wally is a story of a robot who all he can say is his name, Wally, and he can also say the other robot's name. What's her name? Evie. Um, and Wally is the first, like I think, 45 minutes of the movie is no talking. Like there's only like a little bit of talking, and it's basically just Wally in this abandoned city, on Earth where there's nobody, by himself, just like any. But he's still, even though Wally's by himself, right? Okay, we've detected. I don't know what the heck. I'm getting a warning from. Heads up, we've detected video in your stream belonging to someone else. What does that mean? Just because I'm playing the Pixar clips? I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to keep talking about Wally. I'll start the poll. What do you guys think Wally should be on the tier list? S, A, B, or C? So, Wally, again, Wally's. I think Wally's a great movie. I think that what is that? A robot in like a popcorn bag? What is that emoji you sent, Jeremy Brown? Yeah, Wally. Is the story of Wally, the robot who is on Earth that's been abandoned, and he finds a little like plant that's growing, and it's the first plant ever. And then he gets taken up with the plant from Evie, and he goes on the spaceship with the humans, who become very large and small boned. And yeah, I like Wally too. I think I don't I didn't think for the first few movies that Pixar made, I didn't think they could even make a bad movie. We'll get to the bad movies they made later on, but I don't like Wally. Again, is another great movie. I don't know. What are you guys saying in the poll? What are you guys saying? S? You guys are saying S? Like, I think I think Wally is great. I don't think it's S, in my opinion. I think like it's not as good as Finding Nemo. Obviously, like, well, you guys think it's as good as Finding Nemo, I guess. Breaking it S, but I don't think Wally's S. I'm sorry, I don't think it's as good as Finding Nemo. Like if Wally does have a lot of cool things about it. Like I do the Wally character. It's there's lots of good stuff going on for Wally. But if you had to honestly tell me, if you had to recommend a Pixar movie to somebody else who's never seen a Pixar movie, and you say, which movie would you recommend to somebody else? Right? Would you recommend Finding Nemo or would you recommend Wally? Like obviously you'd recommend Finding Nemo over Wally. Or like would you recommend Toy Story or Toy Story 2 or Wally? You are getting pied? Yes. If Jeremy Brown, if for some strange reason we happen to hit 100 live viewers on this stream, I am going to get a coconut cream pie in my face. I have my wife on standby waiting to pie me. I have the pie here. It doesn't look like we're going to hit 100 live streamers unless you guys want to get 93 of your friends to come on stream with me. But if we happen to hit 100 live streamers, I'm going to get a coconut cream pie in the face. I saw the image. Yeah, the image is right here. Yeah. Anyways, where was I? Wally. Okay. You guys, 3 people voted on the poll. The poll's still open if you guys want to vote. I don't think Wally's S. I'm sorry. I don't think it's as good as Finding Nemo. I don't even think Wally is, quite as good as Toy Story, Toy Story 2, Bugs Life. I think Incredibles, like all those movies are great. I still think it's a great movie though. I wouldn't give it a B. I'm going to give Wally a good old A. You guys are going to hate me. You guys think I'm going to put everything A. I'm not. Trust me. There's other movies that are going to come up that I do not think are A. And we're going to get to those when we get to those. There's 28 of these movies, right? I'm going to get to those whenever we get to them. But Wally, I'm sorry. I don't think it's S, guys. This is my tier list. You guys are just along for the ride. Boom. I'm ending the poll. What's the next movie we have? Ratatouille. So it's not doing Ratatouille. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this knockoff Ratatouille movie. I've never seen Ratatouille, but I hear it's awful. But we're not doing Ratatouille. The movie we have that we're doing now is Ratatouille. Here it is. Ratatouille. So Ratatouille is a story of um, this rat, Remy, and he wants to be a cook. And he finds this guy who's a cook, who's not a very good cook. So he hides under his hat and he moves his hair and he makes him cook with his hair to make him cook better. And it's another great movie. Ratatouille is great. I like Ratatouille. It's set in France, right? He's doing the hair and he gets him like a marionette and he starts to get him to where is the poll? Sorry, I'll put the poll now. I don't know how to spell Ratatouille. Ratatouille. Stupid French language. Okay. Ratatouille. I'm going to say S, A, B, or C. It's obviously not T or F. Ratatouille is a, good movie. But where do you guys think Ratatouille is on the tier list? S, A, B, or C? You guys are voting S again. Come on, guys. Ratatouille. Look at our tier list, right? Look at our tier list. Finding Nemo, obviously an amazing movie, right? Finding Nemo is an amazing movie. And Ratatouille, I'm sorry, is not as good as Finding Nemo. It's just not. It's just objectively not. It's a great movie. I like Ratatouille. It's got a nice story. Characters are good. The music's good. It's all French theme, whatever. But I don't think Ratatouille's S. Like, what are you guys talking about? Right? Ratatouille is obviously not S. Didn't Anthony Bourdain love this movie? Good for Anthony Bourdain. Sounds like a stand-up guy liking Ratatouille. I don't think Ratatouille's S, guys. What are you guys, loco? What are you, crazy? S, A, B. See, this is the first B we've had voted out of all the movies we've had. Everybody's voted only S or A. And I'm kind of in agreement. Like, I don't think Ratatouille is as good as these other movies. Like, look at these other movies. Toy Story 2, like Monsters, Inc., Incredibles. Like, Ratatouille is still a good movie, right? But of all these movies on this thing, I've only seen Ratatouille like twice, maybe. I think I've seen it a couple times, right? But I don't remember it nearly being as good as like Toy Story. Like, I've seen Toy Story and Toy Story 2, A Bug's Life, Monsters, Inc., Incredibles, Cars, Wall-E. I've seen all these movies like 5 times or more, right? Ratatouille I've only seen like a couple times just because I don't think it's as good. Like, I've seen it. I think it's still a good movie, right? Pixar, doesn't normally make bad movies. Sometimes they do later on. But I think Ratatouille's a B. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. That's where I'm going to put it, actually. I'm going to put it right on B. I think Ratatouille's a good movie. I don't think it's as good as these movies up here. I think the two people that voted Ratatouille's S. You guys crazy. Finding Nemo is S. I don't think Ratatouille's nearly as good as Finding Nemo. And I don't think Ratatouille is obviously not as good as the other movies. Toy Story and Toy Story 2. I don't know. Maybe you guys like the story of Remy, and maybe you guys thought it was S. You guys, I just think you're wrong. It's okay. We're all allowed to like different movies. We're all allowed to like different movies, guys. I don't hold it against you. I just don't think Ratatouille is S, and I don't think it's A. I think it's a good movie though. I'm gonna put it B. That's where I'm putting it. You don't like it? Too bad. Okay, let's end the poll. What's the next movie we have? Up. Okay, so Up is another movie. Same thing. The first 10 minutes of Up made me cry like a baby. If you've ever seen the first 10 minutes of Up and haven't cried, especially the first time you saw it, right? If you did not cry while watching the first 10 minutes of Up, you have no soul. Up is great. It's a story of, first off, it starts off with, he's not an old man in the beginning, right? He's a little kid. So it starts off with a little kid. He meets this girl, and it shows a montage of their whole life, right? She can't have kids. They want to go on adventures, but they never end up going. And they build a house together, and they live in the house. They get married, and the wife ends up dying in the first opening scenes. Spoilers, if you've ever seen the movie. There's gonna be spoilers for all these movies. So if you haven't seen every Pixar movie and don't want to be spoiled, I'm sorry. Where's the poll? I'm sorry. Let's start the poll. So Up. That's easy to spell. As you guys think Up is S? Do you guys think Up is A? You guys think Up is B? You guys think Up is C? Where do you think Up is on the tier list? I like Up again. Up again. Like Pixar again. Another great movie. Up, I think, is great. I think it's you wouldn't think it would be a good movie about an old man and some kid going on an adventure. They find a bird, and their enemy is another even older man with a bunch of dogs who can talk. Like, it sounds like the weirdest movie ever if you try to explain it to somebody who's never seen it. But Up is a great movie, especially the score. I really like the music in Up. When they're when he's coming back to save the kid who's being kidnapped by the dogs, and there's just the score of music when he's flying the house to rescue him. Up has got some great music. Hopefully you've seen all of these Pixar movies before. But where are you guys putting that? You guys are ranking everything S. So many people are ranking all these movies S. Like, if you're looking at the tier list, right? You guys think it's all S. Come on. You guys are crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. The bird did weird me out. No, what's his name? Kevin is the bird, I think. The bird was pretty funny. But like, there's the movies that are just amazing. That, like, oh my God, you have to see this movie. Like Academy Award winning movies, right? I don't think Up is like amazing. I think it's great though. I like Up. It's especially that opening scene. Everybody always talks about the opening scene, the first few minutes or whatever. But the movie is still great after that. Like, just this old guy who's he's gonna get kicked out of his house because he hits somebody, and then he gets a bunch of balloons and flies away, and then he meets this kid who comes with him, and same thing, like you guys are putting S. You guys are crazy, crazy, crazy people. I don't know what you guys are. Do a shake break. What's a shake break? I don't know what a shake break is, buddy. I'm sorry. Okay, where are we putting Up on the tier list? I do not think Up is as good as Finding Nemo. My standards are higher than yours. You guys think everything is S. Everything can't be S, guys. That's not how it works. You guys have voted so many things S. You guys have voted Cars S, Incredibles S, Toy Story 2 S. Like, everything you guys have voted, if you look at all the past polls, you guys think everything's S. I don't think so. I'm running the stream here. I'm running the tier list here. And you guys got to listen to this guy. Uh, are you smart like your shake? I don't know what you're talking about, Bruskies. What's it? Am I smart like your you? Are you smart like you shake? I don't know what that means. Okay, moving on. I'm gonna give up A. I don't think it's S, guys. I don't agree with you. The three people who voted for S. Up is great. I still think it's great. I think all these movies in A are great movies. Don't get me wrong. Just Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo is such a perfect movie. Oh my god. Okay, moving on. So the next movie we have is Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3 is again a great movie. Pixar doesn't make bad movies. Oh, wait. The next movie we have is Cars 2 after Toy Story 3. So we're going to get into it. We're going to start to get into it. And then we have Brave and The Good Dinosaur. Those movies. Those movies is where the little chinks in the armor started to come when Pixar wasn't on their A game. Anyways, we're getting too far ahead of ourselves. Toy Story 3. Excuse me. Toy Story 3 is the story of Andy, who is all grown up and he's getting rid of his toys and he gives them to a daycare, which is run by Lotso. And Lotso, spoilers if you haven't seen the movie, Lotso is not a friendly teddy bear that he seems to be. And this movie is also great. I think all four Toy Story movies are great. I forgot to put the poll. Okay, let's put the poll, guys. You guys tell me where you think Toy Story 3 goes. Do you think it's S? Do you think it's A? Do you think it's B? Or do you think it's C? If you think it's D or F, you are a crazy, crazy person. Start the poll. Toy Story 3. Where do you think Toy Story 3 should go on the tier list? Toy Story 3, I think, is a great movie. It's got Ken and Barbie. It's got Spanish Buzz Lightyear doll set to Spanish mode, which is pretty hilarious in the end scene. It also has like a really cool scene where Mr. Potato Head is like, he throws all his limbs and stuff and he crawls and he like makes himself. It's got some memorable scenes. The monkey clapping. So much good stuff in Toy Story 3. Lotso the bear. Excuse me. Oh, my voice has been going. Yeah, Toy Story 3. What are you guys saying in the polls? You guys are saying S. Oh, you guys are saying lower. B's and C's. Jeez. You guys don't think it's S or A? Where's the poll? I'm glad to see you back in the office, Mr. Jeremy Brown. Yes, Toy Story 3. I'm going to be honest, guys. I like Toy Story 3. I like it just as much as Toy Story and Toy Story 2. I think Toy Story 3 has got it's good. It's got memorable stuff, memorable characters. It's got Ken and Barbie, like I said. And I think the story's good. You know, they're in the daycare. And not gonna lie, it's my least favorite Toy Story. Like, I can see that. I can see why you would prefer Toy Story 1 and 2. Like, because those movies, you know, were the first ones to come out and they kind of set the tone for the movies. And this one is a little more different, right? They're not even with Andy anymore. And they're doing stuff in a daycare, right? And I can see that Toy Story 3 being your least favorite, right? The fourth one's still good too. I like the fourth one. But obviously the first and second one are, you know, first and second one are great. But I still like Toy Story 3. I think it's got a lot going for it. Okay, what did you guys say in the poll? A, B's, and C's. No S's this time, obviously. I don't think Toy Story 3 is S, right? If this is our tier list and where we're putting stuff and Finding Nemo is S, the only true S, you guys think all these other movies are S, you guys are crazy. But I'm going to say that Toy Story 3, I'm going to say is a B. I don't think it's as good as Toy Story 1 or 2. I think you guys are right. It's not as good. I think it's as good as Ratatouille though. Like I've seen Toy Story 1 and 2 probably like 10 times. I don't know. I've seen it a lot of times. The other ones maybe a little less. Bugs Life, Monsters Inc., right? Cars, maybe more like 5 times. But Toy Story 3, I think I've seen the least, maybe like 2 or 3 times. I don't know. I'm putting Toy Story 3 on B, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay. The next movie is Cars 2. So, Cars 2, I got to start the poll. You guys tell me where you think Cars 2 needs to go, right? And here's what I'm going to do for Cars 2. I'm not even going to put S. If anybody thinks Cars 2 is S, you guys are crazy, crazy, crazy people. I'm going to put A, B, C, or D. It's not F. It's not like horrible, obviously, but I'm going to put it a little lower because obviously Cars 2 is not. Cars 2 is not. I didn't put the name. This is Cars 2 poll. Cars 2 is not S. It's not F either, right? But Cars 2, it's it's a movie about cars and they're like secret agents, which, that's kind of weird. They're doing like secret agent stuff. And I think that Cars 2 is also where Mater becomes like slightly more annoying and not as funny as the first one. He gets kind of. I love this movie. Come on, guys. Cars 2. Cars 2 is not as good as Cars 1. Like it's a secret agent movie. Like I get it. Like it has some cool stuff in it, but it's not as good as Cars 1. Cars 1 is like another great movie. Cars 2, I think I've seen Cars 2 twice. And like if I never saw it again, I'd be fine. I'd be perfectly fine if I never saw Cars 2 again cuz it's okay. It's not it's not the best in my opinion. You know? Uh, YouTube lag. Is YouTube lagging for you guys? I don't know. Let me know in the stream, in the chat. But where do you guys think? Let's check the poll. A's and B's. Yeah. Are you gonna get pied any chances? Well, if you read the thing, if we hit 100 live viewers, I'm gonna get a pie in the face. But it doesn't look like we're gonna get anywhere close to 100 viewers. Like I said, unless you guys know a bunch of people that are just gonna magically come to the stream. I doubt it. So, Cars 2, what are you guys saying? A's and B's. I don't think Cars 2 is A. I don't. It's not. It's not. You guys can like it if you want. You guys can watch Cars 2 as many times as you want. But I don't think Cars 2 is A. I don't even think Cars 2 is B. Like, it's okay. I liked it for what it is as a Cars sequel, right? But it's Cars 2. No, you guys no. You guys don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy, man. Do you have allergies? No, my voice is just gone. I've been a little sick. Anyways, where are we putting Cars 2 on the tier list? I'm gonna say C. You guys are not gonna like me for it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm headmaster of this tier list, and I'm gonna say Cars 2 is C. Oh, I ran out of Diet Coke. A Coke Zero. Okay. Yes, I'm putting Cars 2 as C. I think it's okay. It's not nearly as good as Cars 1. Do you bake anything? I bake stuff. I bake like cookies and pizza. I guess you could call me a baker sometimes. Okay, what's the next movie we have? Okay, Brave. I'll end the poll. Excuse me. I'm going to start another poll for Brave. Brave, again, I'm not putting Brave. I'm not going to put S because it's obviously not S, right? Brave is not as good as Finding Nemo. You're crazy if you think so. But A, B, C, or D. Let me you guys know what you think Brave is. Um, so Brave, like Cars 2, right, is an okay sequel to Cars 1, in my opinion. You guys like it? I don't know. It's not my thing. Brave is okay. Brave is I've seen, 3 times maybe before. And the thing about Brave is it's something that it's kind of the first movie where it's like it's you go into the world of Brave and it's just like it's okay. Like the world of Brave, whatever's going on, it's I think they did actually like a lot of work on the animation for her hair. But the world of Brave, right? You got these characters that are trying to get to marry. I guess her name is Brave. I don't know her name. Oh my god, you guys are crazy. You guys are voting for A for Brave. You guys really think Brave is like as good as Toy Story and A Bug's Life and Monsters Inc. Oh, you guys are so crazy, man. No. What are you talking about? We're all entitled to our own opinions. Mine just happens to be right all the time. Brave is not A, guys. What are you saying? Brave's all right. It's an all right movie. It's not as good as like Toy Story or A Bug's Life. It's okay though. Like it has some good moments in it. It's a lot of like I find like the same kind of joke over and over in this movie. And I think the heart of the movie where the mom turns into a bear, right? She gets the magic thing, she drinks the potion, and she turns into a bear. I think that should have happened like earlier in the movie. I think the mom turning into a bear where she gets to know the Brave character better. I think that should have easily been like earlier in the movie. Brave is yeah. Yeah, you're right. F-22 Raptor. Brave is it's okay. It's not it's Cars. See, the thing is it has a different animation style. The thing is Cars 2 I think is okay, but it's a neat world, right? It's a spy world at Cars 2. It's got some like stuff. Brave is just like a new thing. It's a completely new story, a new thing, but it's like it's okay. It's not my thing, my personal thing. Like it has some funny jokes. She's an archer, right? And her mom turns into a bear. Her mom wants her to be a princess, and she doesn't. She wants to be a rogue warrior or whatever, and go out with her archery stuff. But I think you guys are crazy thinking Brave is A. You guys think so many things are S, and you guys think Brave is A. Oh my god, I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Brave is good. It's okay. It's good and okay. It's riding that border. It's honestly it's kind of forgettable. Like it's comparing Brave to Toy Story or Toy Story 2 or Monsters Inc. or any Incredibles. Like all these movies are great movies. Like you could just watch over and over. I've seen Brave, like I said, 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, I'm okay with never seeing Brave again. It's okay. I don't like I said, you guys voting A for Brave. Yeah, shoosh. You guys don't know what you're talking about. I gotta give Brave a C. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I don't think it's the best movie ever. It's got some weird stuff in it, like this. I don't know. Brave, not a go-to Pixar movie for me. I think it's okay. Moving on. So, next movie we have is Monsters University. So, Monsters University, I watched for the first time a couple days ago. I'd never seen it before. Like it just the movie looked okay to me. Like I've seen Monsters University, the trailer for it, and I've seen posters for it, and it always just kind of looked okay to me. Like I always just had that feeling that Monsters University was okay, right? And then I saw it for the first time. I saw Monsters University, and I was like, "Yeah, this is okay." Monsters University. I'm gonna start the poll. You guys tell me. It's definitely not S. Monsters University is not S. I'm gonna tell you that much. A, B, C, or D. You guys let me know in the poll. Monsters University. The thing about Monsters University that I was looking at other stuff of people online who did like video essays, and they're calling it a masterpiece. What were they saying? I was watching some. Look at this. Why Monsters University is Pixar's greatest underrated masterpiece. And I saw these things about talking about the movie Pixar. Why Monsters University is occasionally a masterpiece. Like there's so many video essays talking about how great this movie is, and I thought it was okay. Like the thing about Monsters University, right, is there's no heart to that movie. It's the heart of the movie is Mike Wazowski wants to be a scarer, but he's not very good scare. He's a short guy. You know, he doesn't have the presence of Sully or other scarers, monsters, right? And oh my god, excuse me. And the thing is, the characters were reversed on how they should have been, right? If you look at Monsters University, right, you got the young Mike Wazowski and the young Sully. If you watched the first Monsters University, the first Monsters Inc. movie, right, and you saw that movie, and you know the characters so well, you know Mike Wazowski and you know Sully, right, and then you watch Monsters University, the characters are reversed. In Monsters University, Mike Wazowski is this really, really studious student who knows everything about, you know, what it takes to be a scarer. And Sully is like the slack off who never studies, never does anything, and just thinks he can get by on his raw talent of being a scarer. But that, like, if you look at the first Monsters Inc. movie, like, who do you think would be the studious guy, Mike Wazowski or Sully? Like, Mike Wazowski is like a loud talking, you know, monster who would never actually be like a good studier. And the characters were reversed. It was so crazy watching the whole movie. It's like, this is not how the characters should have actually been. And I don't know. I thought the movie was okay. I don't know. What are you guys saying in the poll? A and B. Oh my God, you guys don't know. What are you talking about with Monsters University? You guys think Monsters University is as good as like Toy Story? No. What are you talking about? You guys think Monsters University is A? You guys think it's as good as all these other movies? Like, this is just my opinion on these movies. I think they're all A. Monsters University is not nearly as good as Toy Story, Bugs Life, Toy Story 2. Monsters Inc. is nowhere close to the first movie. The first movie was great. Characters were strong and everything was so great about the first one. There's a lot of good gags in the movie, like Monsters University. Like, there's tons of monsters in the movie, right? And there's constantly like funny things happening in the background with different monsters, right? There's so many different new monsters in this movie, so many little monster gags, and I get it, like it has some things for it. But Monsters University is nowhere close to Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc. is a great movie, great story. The characters are completely different in Monsters University. Like Mike Wazowski is a slack off in the first one. Like, he's such a guy who would not be a studier. Now all of a sudden he's like this expert on being a scarer and he knows everything. Like, I didn't buy it at all. I don't know what the writers were doing with this movie. Like, all these characters in this house, like this character, right? I didn't think they were particularly funny or memorable or, you know, had anything going for them. This character, the dean or whatever, I think she was okay. Like, the whole movie was okay. What are you guys saying in the poll? A and B? No, not even close. Not even close. Okay. What are we saying? What am I saying about Monsters University? I think it was It was okay. It was okay. I'm gonna give it a C. What am I gonna give it? A and B is crazy. B, I could kind of see B if you kind of liked it. Like it would add some funny gags. For it didn't do it for me personally. I didn't think Monsters University was all that good. I don't. I saw it for the first time, like I said a few days ago, and I don't think I'll ever see Monsters University again. Like it's such a skippable movie for me. Like it was, yeah, didn't do it for me. Didn't do it for me at all. I'm ending the poll and we're moving on to the next movie. Okay. The next movie is Inside Out. So I'm going to start the poll. I'm going to ask you guys where you think Inside Out should be on the tier list. I'm going to give you two options. I'm going to give you S. I'm going to give you A. I'm not even going to give you B and C. If anybody thinks that Inside Out is a B or C, you're absolutely crazy. Inside Out is a spectacular movie, right? So much so that when they did the sequel, Inside Out 2, it became one of the highest grossing movies of all time. Monster. What? What were the? Let me see if I can find it. Inside Out 2. No. What am I searching for? Highest grossing movies. Let me see if I can find the list. This is an old list. Anyways, take my word for it. Inside Out 2 became one of the highest grossing movies ever. And Inside Out 1 is one of the other movies of Pixar made that made me cry. Inside Out is okay. What's Inside Out about? It's about the emotions of a young girl named Riley. She has five. She has joy, sadness, fear, disgust, and anger. And oh my goodness, excuse me. Um, it's all these emotions going on in their head, and you get to see these emotions as actual characters, right? So, but the main thing about the story is that you have joy and sadness, and they go on an adventure through Riley's brain, and you get to listen to joy and sadness, two of Riley's emotions, just going back and forth to each other, and it's great. Sadness is always sad, and joy is trying to change everything. What are you guys saying in the poll? Yeah, I'm not even gonna give you B or C on this. This is crazy. Inside Out, S, 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 S. You guys are all voting for S, and I tend to agree with you. I think Inside Out is Pixar at its best. It's a perfect movie, in my opinion. And like I said, Inside Out was one of the movies that made me cry. And the reason Inside Out made me cry is the Bing Bong death scene. I don't know if you guys remember Bing Bong. Where is he? When Bing Bong is like fades away into nothing, I started crying a lot. Yeah, Bing Bong crying. No, Bing Bong when he disappeared. Spoilers if you haven't seen the movie. Made me cry. I was so sad when Bing Bong died. I wanted that elephant, dolphin. What is he? An elephant, dolphin, something. I forget the other animal he is. But when he disappeared, sentimental movie. Yeah, Inside Out. I think I think Inside Out is another perfect movie. I love Inside Out. There's so many, especially the gags near the end when you see inside the heads of other people and you see other people's emotions, like the ending credits where you're just seeing everybody else. Yeah, Inside Out. I love Inside Out so much. I'm gonna give it an S. I think it is another perfect Pixar movie. So good, such great music and characters and story. And anybody else who disagrees has a different opinion than me. Okay, guys, give me 10 seconds. I'm gonna get another Coke Zero. Oh, Okay, so where was I? So Inside Out, obvious S. In case you didn't know, perfect movie along with Finding Nemo, in my opinion, my humble opinion. Ranking Pixar movies. But what's the next movie we have? Okay, the next movie we have is The Good Dinosaur. Now, I don't know. The Good Dinosaur, I rewatched again for this stream. I knew we were doing Pixar movies, and I saw The Good Dinosaur once before a few years ago when it came out. And I watched it again for this Pixar stream. And I'm going to pose it to you. If you've ever seen The Good Dinosaur, um, I I I thought it was bad. How do you spell The Good Dinosaur? Okay. I didn't spell it right. How do you spell dinosaur? I'm so bad at this. Okay, I'm gonna pose it to you. I'm sorry, guys. Here's what I'm gonna do for this poll. I'm gonna give you the guys the option of B, C, D, or F. This is the first time I'm even putting F in the poll because I think that's what I think of The Good Dinosaur and where I think it goes on the tier list. The Good Dinosaur is basically a Western, right? You have it's on a ranch with two parent dinosaurs, right? They're farmers and they farm, and they have 3 eggs that hatch, to 2 boys and a girl. And one of them is named Arlo, and he's a very small dinosaur, right? He's he's smaller than his brothers. You can see him here, right? This is Arlo, and his other his brother and sister. And spoilers if you haven't seen the movie, but Arlo's dad dies, and then Arlo goes on an adventure to prove his worth. And the movie's just like so bad. The Good Dinosaur is so incredibly forgettable. I remember the first time I ever saw The Good Dinosaur, and I remember it just being like, it was okay, kind of, not really. And I remember saying, I don't think I'll ever watch this movie again. And then 10 years later, I have to watch it for this stream because we're ranking Pixar movies. And I rewatched it again, and it's like, it's not very good. Like there's nothing good about the whole movie. It's Arlo is kind of this weak character, right? And it's okay to have this kind of character like Arlo, but you need to surround him with interesting characters, right? And he goes on this adventure, and the most interesting character is his big brother, who like pranks him at the beginning of the movie here, right? He's like a kind of an opposite of Arlo, and he's an interesting character. But then he goes on this adventure, and he meets just character after character of other forgettable dinosaurs. And there's no humor in the movie either. Like there's no real attempts at even trying to be funny. It's a very, very sad movie. Like it's just dour and not much going for it. And the little boy he finds, the human boy, I don't know, their relationship was whatever. I don't know. What are you guys saying? B and C for The Good Dinosaur? You guys are far too generous with ranking these Pixar movies. Far too generous. You guys think everything is S, and every good movie you think is A or even S sometimes, and every okay movie you guys think is even higher. What do you guys think this is? You don't have to give everything a good vote on the tier list. You can give stuff bad votes, and The Good Dinosaur I don't think is that good. I just don't. I think it's very, very forgettable. There's no real good music in it. There's no memorable characters. There's no funny parts. The dinosaur world is just like Ice Age world where it's just forest and there's nothing interesting about the world to remember. Here's what I think of The Good Dinosaur. Here's what I think. I'm going to give it a D. That's what I think of The Good Dinosaur. You guys didn't vote D. Who's switching their votes? What is this? Switching back to B and C. Somebody, what are you guys doing? What do you think this is? Okay. I'm giving The Good Dinosaur a D. That's what I think of that movie. I thought it was bad. I'll never watch it again unless I'm doing another Pixar tier list movie in the future, which I don't think I'll ever do. I think this is the only one. I did not appreciate The Good Dinosaur at all. I thought it was bad. uh, Desi, much love from your old Grazie buddy. What up? How's it going? I don't even have my Grazie hat anymore. I switched. You want to see my new hat? What do you guys think? I can put the logo on my hat. Huh? Much love from your old Grazie buddy. What's going on? We're doing the tier listing of Pixar movies. I'm going to add in the Good Dinosaur poll. You guys think it's B's and C's. I didn't like it at all. I'll never watch that movie again. I gave it a D. Moving on. Okay. So, what's the next movie we have? Finding Dory. I'm going to start the poll. Finding Dory, I think some of you guys will agree with me, is a great movie. How do we spell finding? Finding Dory. Okay. I'm going to start the poll. I think the Finding Dory is considerably better than the Good Dinosaur if you have ever seen it. So I'm going to give you guys the option S, A, B, or C. Let me know what you think of Finding Dory. So Finding Dory, I like Finding Dory way better than the Good Dinosaur. I would watch Finding Dory 100 times again before I watch the Good Dinosaur again. Excuse me. Finding Dory is the story of Dory and finding her memories to find her parents. That's the whole movie. And it's a lovely little adventure of, cute of Dory just trying to remember stuff from her past. And they go in a big aquarium at the end, and it's lots of, lots of good moments and good parts, and I think a great movie. I don't know. What do you guys think in the poll? S is an A. Yeah, I think that's about right. I think Finding Dory is it as good as the first one? The first one is hard to top, right? Finding Dory, saying is Finding Dory as good as the first one? If I was recommending a movie, right, to somebody who's never seen a Pixar movie, what would I recommend? Finding Nemo or Finding Dory? I think obviously the answer is Finding Nemo, right? Finding Dory is still great. I think it's still great movie, but Finding Nemo is just it's so perfect. Just the little adventure they go on, like Inside Out. Oh, I love those movies. But I still think Finding Dory is great. I think the octopus character, voiced by Ed O'Neill, I think is great. I think these two characters are great. Like these two characters, right? Compared to any character from The Good Dinosaur, it's not even close. Like these two characters are funny and memorable. The squid character is funny and memorable. Like, there's so many great scenes in Finding Dory. Excuse me. What do you guys say? Most of you are saying A, I guess. Most of you, the three people that are voting. What do I think of Finding Dory? Yeah, I think Finding Dory. I don't think it's as good as Finding Nemo, but hey, we don't all have to like the same things. It's fine. This is just my opinion, and I'm gonna say Finding Dory is A. That's what I think of Finding Dory. I think Finding Dory is still a great movie. It's not as good as Finding Nemo, but it is still great. Oh, where are we at? Okay. Finding Dory is great. I'll tell you that. This next movie, I don't know. You guys seem to like Cars 2 a lot. So let's start the poll. What do you guys think of Cars 3? I'll tell you my opinion. I thought it was okay. S, A, B, or C. What do you guys think of Cars 3? I'll put the poll to you. Cars 3 is another racing one, right? Obviously, it's about race cars. But it has a different. I've only seen this movie maybe a couple times, and it was okay. It was not nearly as good as the first Cars. I think the first Cars was great. What are you guys voting? C. Somebody voted C. Yeah, Cars 3 is okay. Cars 1, I think, is a great movie. Cars 1 is yeah, but this Cars 3 movie, it's kind of forgettable to me. Like I've seen it a couple times and I think that was good for me. I think I don't need to see Cars 3 again. I don't think it's it's not as bad as The Good Dinosaur, which I thought was bad. But Cars 3 is still kind of forgettable. Like it's okay. It has a decent story to it, but it's not nearly as good as Cars 1, right? That first Cars movie, like I said, I like that movie just as well as these other ones. That first Cars movie was great. I think you guys are hitting it on the mark. You guys are voting B's and C's. I guess Cars 3, eh, it's all right. Yeah, Cars 3. Yeah, I've never watched this movie again either. Like this scene was okay. Yeah, it's like I said, Cars 3 is not as bad as The Good Dinosaur. That's way down here at the bottom on D on the tier list. But yeah, Cars 3. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it, guys. I'm gonna put Cars 3 as a C. It's kind of meh. It's okay. It's okay. I'll never watch it again. Like any movie, the only movie on the C, and this is like Good Dinosaur, I'll never watch again. Cars 2, Cars 3, Monsters University, like I'll never watch those again. I maybe watch Brave again, maybe once again in my life, whatever. Brave's kind of better than these other ones. But it's not as good as Toy Story 3 and Ratatouille. But Cars 3, yeah, forgettable. Moving on. I'm ending the poll. What's the next movie we have? Coco. Oh my God. So Coco is another movie, I have to say, made me cry. Where's my crying baby sound effect? Coco made me cry. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Coco, but it made me cry, guys. Let me start the poll again. How do you spell Coco? It's Coco. Coco? No. Okay. What do you guys think of Coco? I'm gonna put S, A, B, or C. Let me know what you think. I loved Coco. I think Coco was a spectacular movie. I think Coco. The thing about Coco is obviously it's got great music, right? The whole movie is about a kid whose family rejects music and he loves music, and it has tons and tons of great songs in it from beginning to end, just like kind of Mexican style songs, right? They're all kind of Spanish themed or whatever. But Coco, I gotta say, I love Coco. I love Coco a lot. I thought it was it has so many good things going for it. Yeah, it's you have all these them entering into the undead world with the boy, and lots of funny gags with the bones and stuff, and just exploring the undead world and him trying to he goes on the adventure with his real whatever great grandfather here, Coco's dad. What do you guys think in the poll? S's and A's. I tend to agree, guys. I think Coco is a spectacular movie. Um, yeah, it Coco. I didn't even know Coco was a Pixar movie until I saw like the ending credits. I think I didn't know it was actually Pixar, but like Coco is very different from the Toy Stories and the Bugs Life and Wally's and Up. Like Those movies all have their own different style to it. Coco kind of has its own different style, but the music in Coco is so memorable that it kind of puts it over the top for me. It's kind of like a great story with like really spectacular music, and I think that's why I like it so much. Obviously, the music is great. It kind of brings the whole movie together. But the story's nice, where he's trying to find his great grandfather, right, or great great grandfather. I forget how many generations it goes back. But Coco, he needs to do this all before Coco, right, passes away. And then yeah, this part here, when he's telling the story about Coco, it really got me. It got me crying like a baby, guys. Hopefully, you guys can hear this crying baby sound effect every time I put it. Otherwise, it's just silence for like 3 seconds and me not saying anything. um, I think that Coco is S, guys. That's what I think of Coco. I loved Coco. I thought Coco was great, spectacular. Is it a perfect movie? No, I don't think Coco's perfect. I think Finding Nemo and Inside Out are perfect movies, but I think Coco's still spectacular. You don't like it? Somebody put B for Coco. Get out of here with your B. Who voted B? You guys are loco. You guys are loco if you don't think Coco is a S. I love Coco. That's what I think of Coco. Okay. What are we going to do next? Incredibles 2. Okay, let's start the poll again. Incredibles 2. So, what do you guys think of Incredibles 2? Is it S? Is it A? Is it B? Or is it C? I'll tell you what I think a little later on. But let's talk about Incredibles 2. I think Incredibles 2 is a great sequel to The Incredibles. Incredibles 2 does everything about the first movie, maybe even slightly better. Like the animation's better, obviously. But The Incredibles 2 is just a solid movie. It's just solid. It's like I said, the animation's better. It's done like, I don't know, 10 years later than the first one. But it's just got a good superhero story to it. A little betrayal, little, whatever, the spy movie stuff that's going on. It has all that James Bond kind of spy music that goes through it. But it's a superhero movie done by Pixar. It's just superheroes fighting other super villains in a neat, interesting way. Like Incredibles 2, I gotta say, is incredible. But that was. I'm sorry about that joke. What do you guys think? B's and C's? Get out of here. Who's voting B's and C's for Incredibles 2? You guys are crazy and loco. I loved Incredibles 2. I thought it's a great movie. I think it's just as good as the first one. I think Toy Story and Toy Story 2 are back-to-back great movies. And I think Incredibles and Incredibles 2 are back-to-back great movies. Cars 2, I don't think so. Monsters University, I don't think so. Those are not like adequate sequels to those movies. But Incredibles 2, who's voting B's and C's for Incredibles 2? Especially C. Get out of here. Incredibles 2 is an amazing movie. I can't tell you how much I like this movie. I don't think it's S by any means. I don't think it's S. Finding Nemo, Inside Out, Coco, those are my S's. If you disagree, then we disagree. Excuse me with this cough. But here's what I'm putting Incredibles 2. I'm going to put it in A. You guys maybe think I'm putting too many stuff in A. I think these are all great movies, including Incredibles 2. I think just as good as Incredibles 1. Maybe even a little bit better. Still not S, though. But yeah, that's what I think of Incredibles 2. That's what I think. Okay, what do we got next? Toy Story 4. Okay. Let's pose it to you guys. Toy Story 4. Do you guys think Toy Story 4 is S? Do you think it's A? Do you think it's B? Or do you think it's C? Give me 1 second. S, A, B, or C. Yeah. Toy Story 4. I thought the animation, first of all, in Toy Story 4 is spectacular. It's one of the newer ones that Pixar has made, 2019. The animation in this movie is amazing. There's some stuff in here. Watch Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 4 back to back and watch how good the animation is compared. Comparatively. Let me see if I can find it back to back. Toy Story 1 versus 4 animation. Let me see if I can get like a picture of the imagery. Yeah, look at the animation comparison, right? This is the first one compared to the fourth one. How much better it got, right? The animation is so simple in this one compared to this one. What is this? 26 years later. Yeah, the animation is great, but that's not what I like about the movie. That's not what I think about the movie, right? I think Toy Story 4 is just a solid movie again. All four Toy Story movies are solid. Like, I still think Toy Story 1 and 2 were the best ones. But this movie, it's got a nice story. The thing that I think it kind of makes it great is Forky. I don't know if you guys remember Forky, but he's hilarious. Even so, they did a bunch of shorts for Forky too. Here he is walking with Woody. Forky is such a memorable character. What do you guys say in the vote? B's and A's and B's. Yeah. I I obviously I don't think Toy Story 4 is S. Is just this just not right. It's still great though. If I was ranking Toy Story, yeah, it was this dummy scene. The thing I'm gonna say about what I'll say about Toy Story 4, right? The thing about all the Toy Story movies that I don't know if you realize, uh, all the villains, right, except for the first one where it's Buzz, who's not a villain, but the first Toy Story here, Toy Story 2 has the prospector, right? Toy Story 3 has the bear. What's his name? Uh, I forget his name. Toy Story 4 has this little girl here, right? The little girl doll, right? And in the first one, it's Buzz. Now, the moral lesson that all four of these characters learn, right? Buzz in the first one, Prospector, right? The bear and the girl doll, all four of their lessons that they have to learn during the course of the movie is they need to be loved by a human. They need to know how it feels to be a toy. And I find that super interesting because most of the money that's made from these Toy Story movies is in merchandising and selling actual real life toys based on the movie. Like the movies make money by themselves, but the merchandising and the actual physical toys that people buy, stuff like this, is where Pixar and Disney make like all of their money, if in case you didn't know. And I love how the lesson in all four Toy Story movies is one toy has to learn the lesson where they need to be loved by a child. Buzz, Woody, the bear, I keep forgetting his name, and the girl here. They all have to learn the lesson that they need to be loved by a child. And that's like great marketing because they want kids to love their toys and go out and buy real life toys. So that's what the lesson for all four Toy Story movies. And I bet you that's what it's going to be for the fifth one too. They're working on Toy Story 5. What are you guys saying about Toy Story 4? A, B's, and C's, no S's. Yeah, it's not S. But I'm going to say Toy Story 4. I'm going to give it a B. I think it's good. I think first Toy Story 1 and 2 are the better ones. Toy Story 3 and 4 are still good. I like them. I don't think they're as good as the first Toy Story 1 and 2, but hey, Forky's good. It's a fun little movie. I do really like these two characters. I think they're super funny, especially when he gets into like their animations and stuff. They were milking Toy Story 4. Yeah, yeah. I give it a B. I think it's good. I like Toy Story 4. What's the next movie we have? Onward. So, Onward is a movie I had never even heard about until like a month ago. I never even heard about it. I saw a movie poster for it on Disney Plus about Onward, where it's like, a magical world. And I never even heard of this movie until like a month ago. And then I saw it in the last week, just in prep for this stream. And I'll pose it to you guys again. Where do you think Onward should be on the tier list? I I I enjoyed Onward. Uh, I thought it got better as the movie went on. I think Onward, the first half hour is kind of slow, and it takes a little while to start to get going. Um, it could have been a little better in its execution. But I think the movie did get better as it went along. I'm not gonna put S. I'm gonna go A, B, C, or D. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, I don't think Onward is S. I'm not even gonna give you that option. But the movie got better as it went along. The magic stuff I really liked. I'm a sucker for magic, and just the characters was like the older brother character was a big like D&D esque kind of character because they live in like the magical realm. And then when the younger brother started using magic during the movie where he was learning how to do it, I like that aspect of it. I thought it was nice. And they go on a quest. The ending was good too with the dragon. Spoilers if you haven't seen Onward. But like I said, I never even heard of Onward until recently. Um, you guys are saying A's and B's. You guys think if I was if this tier list of Pixar was up to everybody on the polls, everything would be S's and A's. you guys everything you guys think all these movies are way better than I think they are. I think lots of these movies are great. Some of them are spectacular. Some of them are good, but you guys think most of them are much better. I think Mr. Classified had it right when he said very meh. I think he was referring to Onward. And I was I was like that for the first half of the movie, but the second half got better. The movie got better. I got more interested in it as the movie went on, and I ended up liking it for what it was. I think Onward is, it's not as good as all these other classic Pixar movies. Just Toy Story, Bugs Life, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc., Incredibles, Cars, Wally, Up, Dory. I think all these movies are great. I don't think it's as good as these movies, but Onward got better as the movie went on, in my opinion. I like the magic stuff. I like the relationship with the brothers. There's some funny moments where the dad's bottom half is just walking around and stuff. Onward is forgettable. Yeah, I would say it's definitely not amazing or great, but I liked it for what it was. I think it got better. I'm not going to rush to watch this movie again. Maybe I'll watch it once more in my life. I don't know. But B, yeah, I'm kind of with you, Mr. Classified. I'm going to give it a B. That's what I thought of it. I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I thought it was okay to start, got better. By the end of especially the last like 10 minutes, it got great for me. And that's what kind of did it for me. But yeah, I'll give it a B. That's what I think. That's what I think. You're not changing my mind, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. What movie do we have next? We have Soul. So, what do you guys think of Soul? S, A, B, or C? I don't think it's D or F. I can't even give you those options if I wanted to. I guess I could get rid of S, but some people might think it's S. I don't think it's, D or F for sure. A, B, C, or D. What do you guys think of Soul? I like Soul. I thought it was a good movie. Soul is the story of a piano teacher who dies, kind of, and his soul goes up to heaven, and he meets another character, another soul, and then they go back to Earth, but he is in the cat, and his friend is in his body, and they have to get around that with wacky hijinks. Next is Saxophone Man. I watched it in music class. You watched this movie in music class? How does this help you be a better musician? I know it's about music, but what, shouldn't you be like playing music in music class? um, yeah, this movie is good. I thought uh, I like the stuff in the soul part, in the afterlife part, whatever. I thought those parts were pretty cool. There was some neat world building, and you know, there was some funny jokes and stuff like that. I like the story of the teacher. I think that the music stuff is good. He's a music teacher, and the lesson he learns, I think, is like he needs to learn to stop chasing his dreams or something. I forget what this was. It was a winter break in grade 3. Okay, grade 3. You can watch. You can watch Soul in your grade 3 music class. That's acceptable. I thought it was like high school or something. Yeah. Soul. What are you guys saying in the polls? S, A, and B. Excuse me with this cough. What do I think is Soul? I don't think it's S. No. Nemo, Finding Nemo, Inside Out, and Coco. Those are my S's. Um, I think that Soul is not A. I don't think it's as good as all these other movies up here. But I'm gonna give Soul. I'll give it a B. Yeah, it's not. It's better than this stuff. It's on par with this stuff. Yeah, Soul, Toy Story 3, Toy Story 4. It's good movies. They're good. You know, I don't know what else to tell you. I like this movie. Yeah, it had lots of cool stuff. Yeah, the afterlife stuff is good. And yeah, this is a good movie. That's what it is, right? S is amazing. A is great. B is good. C is okay. D is bad. And F is garbage. No garbage movies. The only bad movie I didn't really like was The Good Dinosaur. I will never watch that again. But Soul, I'll give it a B. That's what I think. I think Soul's good. That's what I think. Moving on. Okay. What's the next movie we have? Luca. Okay. So, what do you guys think of Luca? Is it S? Is it A? Is it B? Or is it C? I definitely don't think Luca is D or F. But what do you think of Luca? So, Luca is the story of Luca, an Italian monster who lives underwater. But when he comes to the surface, when any monster comes to the surface, they turn into a human. And only when they get wet do they turn back into a monster. So Luca finds a friend on land. What's his name? Alfonso, I think. Hear me out. Luca's pretty good. Yeah, I like Luca. The thing is, Luca is I like it because it has the Italian theme. My wife is Italian, and like I loved all the little Italian jokes in the movie. Like I can speak Italian fairly well, and I loved all the little Italian references. And when they spoke Italian, you know, it got to me a little bit more than most people would. You know, if you're not Italian, you know, but you can still like I enjoy Coco, even though I don't really speak Spanish, right? Not not that well. But I enjoy Coco, right? Even though you can watch Coco if you don't speak Spanish and still enjoy it for all what it is, all the Spanish references in Mexico, right? But Luca is about Italy, and I've been to Italy like 10 times, maybe more. Like, you know, Italy's a beautiful place, and I forget where this place takes place specifically in Italy, but it's got lots of like Italian music and Italian references, and I like Luca. It's seeing these two together. They're training for the race. You know, they're always trying to hide that they're monsters and not get wet. Um, yeah, Luca. What are you guys saying in the poll? S is an ace. Yeah, I don't think it's S. Like I said, my ranking for S: Nemo, Inside Out, and Coco. Those are my S's. I don't think Luca is S. I think it's A though. That's what I think of Luca. I'm gonna give it an A. Maybe you guys think I'm giving too many things A. I love Luca. I thought it was great. Not quite S, but hey, you know, not many movies are. If all movies were S's, then we just watch every movie. We can't do that. We draw the line in the sand of where we think stuff is. Luca, yeah, just they're always trying to hide from people and hide the fact that they're monsters. Uh, Silencio Bruno is a line that will always live with me. Silencio Bruno, if you've ever seen the movie. Yeah, Luca is A. That's what I'm going to say about Luca. What did you guys say in the poll? S is an A. Yeah. Okay. What's the next movie? Turning Red. So, what do you guys think of Turning Red? Turning Red. Is it S? Is it A? Is it B? Or is it C? I don't think it's D or F. Obviously, I'm not like some people might think it's S. I don't know. So, Turning Red is about actually it takes place in Toronto, which is the city that I live in. It's the first movie I've ever seen that actually takes place in Toronto. Most places are like American cities, I guess, but this is Toronto. Like this is like Chinatown, Toronto, right? It's a little Chinese girl, and she and her family turn into giant red pandas. That's the movie. And it's yeah, like all this stuff, like the streetcars, like I live in Toronto, so I've ridden streetcars like this. This Chinatown does not really look like this. Like this is a very Pixar-esque Chinatown. But yeah, the girl turns into a giant red panda. That's the movie. She just, what she gets, I think, angry or whatever it is. As a Canadian, turning red is very accurate, except for the giant red bears. Yeah, this movie was good. I thought this movie was good. What are you guys saying in the polls? A, B, B, B. Yeah. Yeah, it's Turning Red. I thought it was good. I like Turning Red. I thought lots of funny stuff where she's the panda, what she's trying to hide. Interesting setting in Toronto with the Chinese family theme. I love the boy band stuff. I thought all the music for the boy band stuff was great. Yeah, what is this? The real life voice actors, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, all the boy band stuff was good. They go to the Sky Dome, and they're the boy band. I forget what the boy band's name is, but they go to the Sky Dome. A Four Town, yeah, that's right, Four Town, and with these five little boys, and yeah, the songs are good, and the I thought the movie was good. I don't think Turning Red, yeah, is good as all this other stuff. Obviously not S, not as good as this, but Turning Red, I'm gonna give a B. I thought it was good. It's a nice Turning Red. It's good. It's got some good stuff, good characters. I'd watch it again. If somebody had it on, say you want to watch this movie, I'd say yeah, sure. Anything C or down, I probably would never watch again. But that's what I think of Turning Red, in my opinion. Yeah, I like this movie, especially the last 30 minutes is cool with the Skydome stuff and the boy band stuff, and yeah, that's what I think. Next movie. Okay, we're getting down to the last three movies. So the next movie is Lightyear. So Lightyear was a movie that I never seen up until a few days ago. I watched it for the stream. I never saw Lightyear before. And I had no interest in watching Lightyear at all, like not even a little bit. And I only watched it just for the stream, just because I wanted to know what the movie's about, right? And what do you guys think of Lightyear? I thought it was okay. I'm not giving an S option. Sorry, guys. A, B, C, or D. Let me know what you guys thought. Lightyear Z. It wasn't that bad. Z tier. Like, thing about Lightyear is the Buzz Lightyear character in the Toy Story movies, right, is actually kind of like a different character from the Lightyear movies. Like the Buzz Lightyear character in the Toy Story movies is very memorable. right? He's funny. He's an actual like real character in the Toy Story movies. In the Lightyear movie, I thought he was so forgettable. Like I don't know who the voice actor was. Like I don't think he did a very I don't know. The story was kind of weird. They did time travel. Spoilers if you haven't seen the movie. Sorry, but like Lightyear's, it was okay. Not really. Very, very, very forgettable. The character is not nearly as remember as something as great as the Buzz Lightyear from the Toy Story movies, right? Lightyear, I didn't really like it. Yeah, it makes me forget that he's even from the Toy Story in the movie. Like that's perfect. That sums it up perfectly, Mister Classified. Like it's not even the same character. It's not even the same thing. I don't understand. Why would you make a character for four movies, right? Toy Story 1, 2, 3, 4. Why would you make a character that we know and like in these movies of actual toys? And then the movie that Andy watches, apparently that he wants so much that he wants the Buzz Lightyear toy, is this Lightyear movie, which is so bland and forgettable and not very good. Like there's nothing for it. The only good thing about Lightyear, good animation quality. Yeah, the animation is great. Obviously, it's a newer movie. The animations, there's lots of cool animation stuff, but the problem is the story and the characters. The only good character I liked was this cat. Without the cat, the movie had nothing. But this cat was kind of funny sometimes, but the rest of the movie was so forgettable, so bland. The stuff with the robots at the end. I don't want to ruin it. Spoilers, whatever. If you haven't seen Lightyear, you don't even need to see the movie. It's if I spoil it, it doesn't really matter. Lightyear is is okay. Not really. It's bad. Comparing it to all the other Pixar movies, right? Comparing Lightyear to all the other Pixar movies. There's 28 Pixar movies in total. So the other 27, right? I'm gonna give Lightyear like a D. What did you guys say in the polls? B, C, and D. Who voted B for Lightyear? Whatever. You can like it if you want. I guess maybe you thought it was good. I thought Lightyear was D. I thought it was very forgettable. I will never watch it again. I had no interest in watching Lightyear. I watched it for the stream and I will never watch it again. I have zero interest in watching this movie. I'd rather watch any of the Toy Story movies over Lightyear. That's what I think of Lightyear. So, two movies left. What do we got? Elemental. So, what did you guys think of Elemental? Elemental. Did you guys think it was S? Did you guys think it was A? Did you think it was B? Or did you think it was C? I liked Elemental. Elemental. Yeah, I liked Elemental. This is Elemental. I think is one of Sylvia's favorite Pixar movies. But yeah, Elemental. I don't think they'll do a sequel to it, just because I don't know what they would do with the sequel. Maybe they will. I don't know. But it was interesting. There are four elements, earth, wind, fire, and water, and they're all living together. Get jiggly. Yeah, the movie. The thing I liked about the movie is it's very, very. It has a cool world. Like there's four different elements, and there's lots and lots of interesting stuff that they did with the elements. Like this one's they're playing a sport here. The water elements does water stuff. The air elements does air stuff. Right. The fire ones one step, 1 2 step on the pop get jiggly. I've not seen it and don't plan on. Yeah, I liked Elemental. I thought it was good. It had some interesting stuff. What did you guys say? One person said S, and two people said C. It's interesting. It's a very. It's very. I guess some people really like this movie. I don't know. It's. I thought it was. I thought it was good. I liked Elemental. I think lots of neat ideas, neat stuff, neat concepts. Um, it's it's not as good as all this other stuff, right? Like all this A stuff is just classic, good Pixar movies over and over and over, right? Is it as good as this stuff? Like Toy Story 3, 4? Yeah, I think it's as good as here. Yeah, if I was to get Jiggly is wild. If I was gonna rank Elemental, I would give it a B. I think it's good. Inside Out 2 slaps. Ho ho ho. Oh, okay. Let's jump to the last movie of the stream, guys. Um, let's end this Elemental poll. Okay, last poll. Let's see. Inside Out 2. I'm giving you guys two options. I'm not giving anything else. This is what I'm giving you. S or A. You guys tell me what you think. It's not B or C. That's for sure. Inside Out 2 is a great movie. Amazing movie. I loved it. It's such a it's the thing about it is Inside Out, the first one, and Inside Out 2 is such a cool idea. It's so interesting to just see the emotions in a little girl's head. I guess she's in high school now and Inside Out 2. But it's such an interesting idea just to be inside the head of somebody and just like watching the specific emotions like and just like going on an adventure through someone's brain. It's such a neat idea. Yeah. Like I thought Inside Out, the first one, is a perfect movie. And this one adding anxiety and ennui and all these other emotions to a high school student girl is just interesting. Just watching all these new emotions coming together in her brain to like get her to do stuff. And the movie's spectacular. If you've never seen Inside Out 2, I think it's on Disney Plus now. And yeah, I think Mr. Classified said it right when he said Inside Out 2 slaps. I think here's what I think. Here's what I think. I'm gonna give Inside Out 2 an S. I think Inside Out 2 is amazing, guys. Basically another perfect movie. I don't think Coco is a perfect movie, but I still think it's S. I love Coco. Finding Nemo, Inside Out, and Inside Out 2, I think are all perfect movies. Inside Out 2, oh, I love that movie so much. I saw it in theaters and I saw it again when it came onto Disney Plus. And I love this movie. Yeah, I thought it was just as good as the first one. Just a solid sequel. Lots of cool stuff, lots of interesting stuff, world building, doing different stuff. The theme, Riley's arc and what she learns through the movie. Learning to get along with new people in high school. All the other stuff inside of the people's heads is funny. And then you see, like, yeah, these other people have anxiety, the emotion too, just like in the background, not working with these other ones, whatever. Yeah. Inside Out 2, I gave it S. That's what I think. W. Hoffenator. In the future, people aren't even going to know that used to be my channel name. Channel name was the Hoffenator, but I've changed it to Desi because that's my real name. I'm an OG. You are an OG, Mr. Classified. That's going to do it, guys. Thanks for joining me in the stream of my Pixar. Did I just say Pixar? My Pixar movie tier list. I was gonna see if this is something you guys wanted to do. I was gonna start doing it Friday nights, start streaming. I don't know. If there's no interest, I'll stop doing it in the future. But for now, I plan on hopefully doing another stream in the future. Maybe. We'll see. Thanks for joining me tonight, guys. And I will catch you later. Okay, how do I close it now?